All right. Now, I will say, we've brought this up quite a bit here on HoNcast. It does seem like tdM, when they do, which is very rare, first off. I mean, hell, let's look back at this. According to stats, which, again, the fact of with HoN Tour, let me gather my words. Okay. HoN Tour, Trademark Esports has only ever lost 2 series total. Both of those came in cycle number 3. They've only lost 2 series out of, now this is their 6th cycle. Again, it really is a remarkable stat when you look at it. So when they've very rarely been behind, though, it does seem like, frustration can get the better of them. So something else to kind of just keep in mind there. But
2 series versus complexity, right? Yes.
No. They've only ever lost 2 series at all in all of HoN Tour.
Wait, so they've won all but 1 event? Is that?
Yes.
Oh wow! Yeah, okay, yeah, no, that's right. That's right. I thought it was 2 events, but
nope.
No, that's.
They won 1 and 2. 3 was obviously for State Green.
Right.
And 4 and 5 were back to Trademark Esports.
Okay.
So
Okay.
4 out of 5. Yeah. They're good.
Forget about the dominance.
Exactly. It's again, you really have to say those numbers and think about that. You're like, holy crap, that is true, huh? They really have been dominant. I mean, you could legitimately put an argument out there that they've been the most dominant HoN team ever. I think there's no question about that. And again, at least the argument fact. So, anyways, here we are in this game though against Complexity. We do got the blind bands happening. Keeper of the Force, Ophelia, Parasite, Demented Shaman. So again, the DS ban for Complexity. Keeper of the Force thrown out this time though by tdM. It does allow them to lock up Wild Soul though.
It does. Now there's the Wild Soul compared to the Tempest in the pool instead of the Keeper plus Tempest. Trade-off. Both teams are actually known for having fantastic Wild Soul players and playing very well with the Wild Soul.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen the win rate, man. We've seen the statistics speak for themselves. I would not be surprised to see that Wild Soul being picked up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're tdM, no doubt that has to be your very likely first pick option here. I mean, sure, we need to see how the actual full picks go, but it's... Yeah, you said it. The win percentage, I mean, he is, again, arguably really the only god-tier hero right now on the competitive scene. As far as, you pick him up, there is a very good chance you could be coming through with a victory. So, to pass him up, it is a bit of a risk. Plague Rider, Fade, Bubbles, Moon Queen, Torturer, Master of Arms is how the banning phase will go. I see Wretched Hag being right-clicked there, and, well, Minus didn't think too much about that. He goes right away with the Wretched Hag pick.
Yeah, not really caring too much about the Engineer here. Engineer is drafted. That is a Complexity favored support. Would not be surprised at all to see it picked up here. And it does open them up in the, well, the things there are a lot of, there's 3 supports there in the drafting phase. Mm-hmm. Meaning, if they pick the support here and they don't go the dual lane route, they pretty much are forced into picking up the Pebbles plus Tempest if they regret the Wild Soul. Mm-hmm. Not that those are 2 bad drafts by any means, but it's interesting because then there's curveballs that can be raised. Like, okay, if they go for that and tdM takes Pebbles instead, for instance, then maybe they don't have that strong initiator. So they have to be a little bit careful on how they draft.
Darn, you mean then they have to go Tempest Wild Soul?
Right, but they might be missing in that case. Something like strong initiator for. Okay, they actually grab the Deadwood here. They don't want the Pebbles. They're probably going to go look for the dual lanes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You're right. When you really do look at the big picture there, so.
Or they can still run a Pebbles anyway, I guess, and just have, Pebbles and Deadwood on the team.
We have seen that before.
Yeah.
That and like Pebbles Fade too. I mean, it definitely can work. So, you're right. We'll see. We'll see how that drafting phase goes. So, I mean, if that is the case, then maybe you would expect them to go more of a suicide here, even. But yeah, back to tdM. You thinking rally? Possibility?
It's very possible. I'm trying to look what else is open. Pebbles locked. Fade is banned. They're still going to look for one of those core heroes. Rally is totally possible here, as well as Magnus, but I'd put more money on a Rally draft at this point.
Do they want to maybe get a jungle here?
Yeah. Yeah, safely.
Wait, okay.
So they're going for so they're actually gearing up for the Tempest pick here with that Rally. Suicide Hag. Safely, yeah. Maybe they're going for this Tempest pick then. Just looking for...
Yeah, and I'm sure the B-Kid, of course, very smart player himself, he's wary of that too, so you got to wonder what's going through his head now, like kind of changing things up a little bit. Like, are they actually going to give us Wild Soul here? And so that kind of changes up your strategy, perhaps. But Interesting. So,
It's time to react. He's not.
yeah, of course, plenty of time.
There's other options available.
But yeah, no doubt. I mean, the way tdM drafted right there with the Silhouette Rally, it is shaping up to be a Tempest first pick. So, again, Nuts obviously plays an amazing Tempest, just like Zai plays an awesome Wild Soul. So it is a risk passing up a Wild Soul, as we stressed.
I had a feeling like they might try to pull something tricky like this. I'm curious to see whether they'll commit. I'm pretty sure they're going Tempest at this point.
No, again, I saw the same thing you saw. It does seem, it at least leans in that direction, unless you want to run a jungling Wild Soul, which I don't, I think you can argue is not as powerful.
I just feel like if they grab the Wild Soul here, they're going to be sort of vulnerable to a lot of early aggression. I wouldn't. Yeah, see, if they ran the Wild Soul, you'd be running a Silhouette and a Wild Soul. Hag if she loses her lane. Just a lot of lack of damage coming out, and they would be extremely vulnerable to this Deadwood Engineer high aggression lineup. Yeah. Definitely a wise choice to pick up the Tempest. A lot of people are like, oh, gas, Wild Soul, but tdM has a plan here, and they're obviously down one game. This isn't something they're just sort of throwing out there and being like, hey, take it. Neither.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wait, are they?
I actually no, they're not.
Well, because in the end, too, they figured tdM's not going to go Wild Soul now with their lineup, so...
Right, or if they do, it's a handicap, so they said, hey, get the Pebbles, we're going to take our... I mean, they could have picked any supporter there, let's be real, and they were guaranteed taking the Pebbles with the way they shaped it. So it wasn't a shock, they just didn't want the Wild Soul for their lineup. They wanted the strong dual lanes, they want the aggression, and they're going in with it. Not often you see these two teams face off and a Wild Soul getting by the lock pool.
Yeah, again, it's one thing, to be earlier on, or teams that are, more of a mid-tier, like, okay, sure, but complexity versus Trademark Esports, you would think Wild Soul is no doubt going to be a hero that will eventually be picked up if he's in that lock pool. But you're right, but that's the thing, though. It's when you do sit back and think about the whole situation, both teams honestly end up very well in the end. It's not like they're passing up, and it's not like it was a stupid mistake by any means. So,
right.
But Wild Soul left there. Very, very rare to see that. Anyways, they did get their Pebbles Aluna to finish off, as we saw. How are they now going to run? What are we going to see here? Are we going to see a Suicide Magnus, like Stay Green's been doing lately? It looks like that we are. Moongander playing the Suicide Magnus here.
For sure, because they're running the dual lanes.
Yeah, that makes sense. So again, I don't know how much experience they have. I assume that they practiced it themselves. I mean,
both teams are filled of absolutely skilled players. Moon for sure knows how to play it, no doubt.
Yeah. It is a little bit different. It's not your Bubbles or Hags or whatever Suicide, obviously, and especially being a melee for one. But yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, Moon's a great player. He got pulled some regen on top of that, plenty of regen actually. So yeah, he's really just fine, I'm sure.
Both teams sticking with the Monkey Courier, just opting for the pulled regen instead, being of higher importance. Yeah, look at Magnus, 0 stat items, a shield, and all the regen Magnus.
He's got that Ward of Sight, but that was even given to him too. So. Yeah, he's good to go. He's got plenty of regen here for him. So, well, into the laning phase. Obviously, no action. Gonna really kick things off here as far as early on.
I can't stand that skin.
Which one?
The Frosty the Snowman. It looks awesome, but it just...
I know, right? It's like, wait, this is Glacius. He's not supposed to be so intimidating.
Yeah. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know what to say.
I agree with I see what you're saying. That was my first reaction was basically that. I'm like, wait, that's Glacius? Wait, no, that's scary, man. I mean, Glacius is a guy that sits in the background and taps you with his wand. He doesn't really.
Okay, so you see Tempest on this team. What stands out to you? Outside of the fact that no real shrunken head counters. Hellborn.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. What are we looking at?
I mean, just saying, there's no shrunken head counters on Hellborn. So it is one of those games where if he gets his PK shrunken, ultimately he is guaranteed a good time.
Engineer can obviously be pretty powerful against him without the shrunken head, but
yeah, they have a good lineup pre-shrunken. They have tons of stuns. If they are able to take over the game, it won't really matter. It's just something that you have to keep in mind always.
Yep, yeah. So Nuts here again playing the Tempest. Definitely can have free reign in it. But again, at the same time, he isn't known for going that Portal Key Shrunken Head lately, at least. You are right. This game maybe it will be different because of that, but. He usually does go that, as we even saw last game. They bring a Sorcery, the Astral Blade, the Plated Greaves. Goes more for the team, so. We'll see what he ultimately ends up with. It looks like Complexity. They are running pretty much an aggressive trialing up here actually at this top side. Deadwood is basically going 1 versus 1 a rally. Of course, he could do just fine there. Do you like this? I mean, would you rather see the 2-2-1?
Well, 2-2-1 against Rally can sometimes be frustrating because of Rally's ability to survive. I think it's fine. I think they laned it as they sort of needed to. Glacia's Silhouette, that dual range, very powerful against Pebbles, but, with the Engineer roaming up there, it is going to guarantee him the farm that he needs. And if they get Pebbles, the Snowball farm, then yeah, I do think it's a little bit better in Complexity's favor. But there's not really too much else I would change up.
If tdM can keep this solid lane control, I mean, this could work out wonders for them. But yeah, as soon as it starts to push back in Complexity's favor, then they do need to start to be a little bit careful. So yeah, that in itself is also interesting the more I'm looking at it. Damn, today's been full of just aggressive dual lanes. I guess it's something that's shifting, man, with these top teams.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of it, so.
Yeah, still getting the lane control. A lot of it, thanks to that Tempest. Another thing to keep in mind is, yeah, they do have that Tempest. He's going to, create the EXP discrepancy between the two teams. And if they're able to hold on, at least do averagely, he will be sort of an X factor in this lineup.
Right now, middle matchup. Let's take a look at the creep farm there. Both heroes can hit pretty hard. Rally is 9-3. Deadwood's 11-6. Now 12-6. Hack. Whoa, hold on. Wait a second. Haxford's playing Deadwood, by the way. That also just hitting me. You got Riser on secondary support, really, on Engineer. Franzi, of course, raw support. Haxford playing the Deadwood, though. Not a hero that I would expect him to see play.
Yeah, it had to have gone down between, Haxford's like, yeah, I'd be more comfortable playing the Pebbles than the Deadwood, or B-Kid's like, I prefer Pebbles to Deadwood. One of them prefers one of those two hero options. I'm sure they both could have filled it in, but...
Yeah, again, you're dealing with great players in the end, but it's still always interesting to look at.
There's always specialties or things that people prefer playing. It's just...
Yeah. like Zephyr here for tdM. If they get him, Limp actually plays Zephyr instead of GFG, so...
Well, and they use Zephyr in more of that as a replacement for that dual mid role.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Magma's in a little bit of trouble right here. Silhouette coming all the way down here to the bottom lane. HoN is applied. He's jumping away. The sonar screen, the final auto attack, not going to be enough. Will the dot damage be enough? I believe it will. No, it's not going to be enough, actually. And Wretched Hack died. Wow.
Yeah.
That's big.
Lucky Magmas, that is huge.
I thought it was at a different lane for a second, but I'm like, no, wait a second. That was Wretched Hack that just died. She dove a little bit too much. So a couple of notes there. I mean, tdM obviously Silhouette exchanging to the bottom lane. tdM just wants to switch this up altogether now. But the Bloodlust kill attempt is unsuccessful, and they get counter Bloodlusted. That's not good.
And in this lane swap here, Hag will be able to do nothing to stop this Pebbles farm. He pretty much, he's sitting at 340 GPM, going up against a Hag that just died and is having to walk to the top lane. He's more than fine.
Moon Meander staying alive. He's level 5. Look at this, actually. Stuns in a Silhouette, taking advantage of the creep wave. That was a very good timing there from Moon Meander. And it applies plenty of damage to Noob G playing the Silhouette. He actually uses his last bit of regen right there. So he'll definitely need to be a little bit careful. But again, remember, a Tempest obviously nearby. There's this Ward of Scythe blocking the camp, also spotting these guys coming over. So Moon should definitely be aware of Glacius, the Frosty Snowman here. Coming over, actually gives a health potion to his teammate. And yeah, he knows something's up. Moon Meander already level 6, though. The first one in the game to hit level 6. Obviously, that experience that he got for the Wretched Hag kill helping, I'm sure. So, yeah, he is having a big impact. But you said it with that Pebbles is the big factor. How he is, or should ideally have free farm for his team now. At the top side, as sitting at about 300 gold per minute currently.
That's the nice thing about running a hero like Magmus' Suicide here. You saw here they did the lane swap. They wanted to run the Glacius Silhouette solo against the Mag, but Mag is versatile because he did just fine in that Suicide lane. But if you want to go, swap him into a dual lane, have the Engineer or the Illuna roam down there, he lanes beautifully as well.
Yeah. So we got again Magmus. He's just gonna sit in the creep or the lane. He actually has that Volcanic Touch level 2. Gonna push it up a little bit because of that, but. Glacius has been here. They aren't able to go for a kill, though, just yet. You see Illuna actually putting down a Ward of Rev over here, and is also going to place a Ward of Sight himself to get some more vision here for his team. So things definitely adding up effectively here for Complexity at about 6 minutes in. Now, Hastrun on Deadwood, by the way, he's going to activate it right there. It happens to spawn bottom, though. Franzi's going to protect it for Deadwood. And that'll mean the illusions will be bottled up by him. So, but will he use this Hastrun now to maybe set up a kill? Obviously, Rally very aware that he used it. Luna is nearby. Is level 3, has a level 2 power throw as a result. But don't know if they're going to get that opportunity, unfortunately, for them. Back to Pebbles at the top lane. Again, his farm looking very strong here. He's already got Steam Boots, another 600 gold saved up. Wretched Hag, Zai, he's just sitting back. He just kind of has to. He is level 5, but obviously a lot of that coming from the bottom lane, even despite him getting killed. So, a ward aside just placed by Fitzgay here at the bottom lane, and it's going to be countered immediately by Magnus. He placed it right next to the Rev, so...
Right, I mean, that was very perceptive by Franzi there, thinking one step ahead with that word of revelation early on. Not worrying about his boots, just worrying about that lane control, worrying about keeping good vision.
Yep, and definitely got to be frustrating for Fitzky right there as a result of that. So, top tower, a lot of pressure coming out. In fact, the creep wave going to put a lot of pressure on it now as they just cleared it out. So, I don't know if it's going to be a tower kill, but it could be pretty damn close, actually. We'll see what they do with this next creep wave. If they go to burst it down or not, it doesn't look like it necessarily. So they're going to play this a little bit more passive. But what's this down here? What? Magnus just forced out.
He got frozen and he just TP'd out. He's like, you know what, screw this. I'll be back.
Why waste time, yeah. Well.
He was out of mana anyway. He just wants to refresh.
Now, Silhouette could have gone to range for a tree grapple, or probably couldn't have, but obviously has that tree grapple stunned, but yeah, just wasn't able to get over there and get the positioning, so.
I'm actually kind of curious. We talked about a high aggression here team coming out here from Hellborn. Magnus did pick up the Amulet of the Exile. I'm curious whether he's going the Graveblocker route, or is he going to opt for the Ring of Sorcery, just so his team can keep up the aggression.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, I noticed some people, we had a discussion about the Shrunken Head Tempest and whether or not it can be canceled. I know some people may be bringing up the whole the Deadwood log. Again, we've made sure of that. That does not work against Shrunken Head. So.
Right, it works out. It's a mini stun, but when you actually have your Shrunken Head activated, the mini stun part is magical. The damage is physical, from what I gather. It does not cancel it.
Yeah.
The punch will, sure, if he's able to get behind him and punch him, but that's not.
Yeah. That's not
like,
ideal, yeah.
That's not like it's not like a Pharaoh hook or something, man. That's
Well, is that even pop? Because it's 150 range on the punch. So
yeah,
unless
it has
Tempest,
a little bit of thing behind it.
I guess the Tempest. It depends on how he's positioning himself, really.
For sure, exactly.
So. Yeah, not ideal.
But that's not something I'm counting on here.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna swap. It's on a Pharaoh hook, man. It's,
silly,
no, the log toss does not work, guys. You can check out. I used to be under the misconception, and I was wrong. So.
Top lane pushed in, even more farm for Beacon. Of course, the team here for Complexity. So again, continuing to be off to a solid start in that sense. 2,000 gold lead. The experience lead 1,600 in favor of tdM. Obviously, a lot of that can go back to the fact that they have this Tempest jungler here. So good news there. Granted, he's been just continuing to farm, and it's working. I mean, he is the top farmer's team at 300 gold per minute currently. But Pebbles, he's building up. 1,230 now gold saved up. He has the power supply Steam Boots here. Very possible he will be going for the portal key next in line. Deadwood is actually roaming around here at the bottom lane, using that clear cut in the haste rune. Oh, he may find somebody. Glacius just hiding in the trees, realizing what was up. He will be fine for now, it looks like, but good for him.
He's a smart player, man. That's for sure.
He's like, something doesn't feel right. Deadwood's missing mid. He had a haste rune. I better run. So that was a good call on his part. Yeah, you talked about Magnus. He is going to go on that Ring of Sorcery route, it looks like. Not valuing that PK at least just yet, despite his decent farm early on. Sitting around 346 gold per minute, by the way. So
yeah, and the good old tanky item build for Tempest is 100% coming out here. You can already see the Fortified Bracer, and it's my nuts. I mean, what else can you expect? And it's a very, very powerful build.
Yeah.
There's nothing ever wrong with going teamfight items on Tempest.
Yeah, of course not. And again, it's something we've just seen. Seems like we've seen so much lately too. Magnus actually sitting in the steam bath here. He's cleaning up some triple stack ancients, and actually will be able to clean it up right there. He gets some assistance at the end by his teammate Franzi, but Moomian doing the majority of the damage. He jumps up to nearly 400 gold per minute after that, man. So we definitely have that Ring of Sorcery on the line.
Unless he's opting for that Ring of Sorcery right here.
Yeah, I do kind of wonder. It's because he's farming so well. I mean, will he just go straight for the portal key now, or will he still go for the Ring of Sorcery here first? Alright, he's back at base. We'll see if he buys that Pickled Brain or not.
Yeah, I like so if he goes for Portal Key here, which I'm getting the vibe he is. If he's going for the Portal Key, he's going to get it around similar timing to Pebbles. And they'll really, right now the gold advantage is,
Oh! Seismic Slam missed right there! It was right on top of Deadwood, and it just went right through him, it seemed like. That ability, man. Oh, that's got to be so frustrating for Limp.
It can be difficult to place. It can be difficult to place. That is.
That was a sure kill. If that hit, of course.
I'd be hitting my desk over that one. That's.
Yeah, that's again. It's obviously I'm sure chat will have fun with that and laugh at that, but that's got to be frustrating because, and as you said, you can vouch for that. It is a very tough skill to line up appropriately. It seems like a lot of the time, and he is actually going to be jumped right here by Magnus. Not really the best follow up though. Luna will stun, but. In the end, they will all be fine. But yeah, clearly missing what would have been their first kill of the game, actually. Coming on to Deadwood right there, as the Bat Blast was even used by Wretched Hag, so not able to get it right there.
Right, and Portal Key now finished by Pebbles, man. Magnus getting dangerously close. They're going to start looking to make plays happen. Rally getting picked off here in the river.
Yeah, but he's going to actually get the Illusion Rune, though. That'll definitely help. Glacius, will he be fine? Oh, the Rotten Grasp just out of range. And Fitzgay, that will help him keep him alive. So we're still sitting on that 1-0 hero kill advantage. But you said it, the Portakey on Pebbles, it's going to be coming up here on Magma shortly. That momentum is going to start building here for Complexity, or at least ideally will for them, with a couple of Portal Keys becoming murderous moppets there. So obviously tdM will need to be careful about that once that officially happens. But for now, Pebbles going to sit in the middle lane. I wonder if he's actually been spotted. I think he was spotted with the Portal Key. Was farming up some creeps right there. So tdM should be pretty aware at this point that he has it, but yeah, again, so look back at the middle lane, the kill opportunity missed right there. Really sucky for them. Magnus does pick up his Portakey, by the way, too. So here we go, double Portakey at about 13 minutes in here for
Noob G with the Steam Boots again on. It seems funny to always point it out, but he does have Steam Boots on Silhouette this game.
Yeah.
And no, definitely when you're looking at all of.
Yeah, Rally just got team collapsed on, man. That was just a gangbang right there in the middle lane.
That's just quick use of the Portal Key, that's all.
Yep.
Help's got it, made quick use of it, and that's all she wrote. And Noob G going Steam Boots in this game, definitely the right move. When you're looking at the Pebbles, you're looking at the Magnus. There's no real carry, they're just looking for a straight gank.
Yeah, this is no doubt an early aggression team here, makeup from Complexity. And again, they even passed up a Wild Soul to secure this lineup. So, I mean, that goes to show you what kind of mindset they had going into this game. And they really want to try to advance off of it. Tempest actually getting caught out here. Tempest will fall as a result. Magnus was wandering around. He ran into him, got the Lava Surge off. And it is looking much better for Complexity now. Now the vulnerability coming out. There's a port, I'm guessing, from Rally actually coming in. Energy Field placed down, though. Great placement there from Riser coming out. Magnus Eruption coming in. Bat Blast going to be used. Moonmeander may fall, but they get the Kona Rally. The tower goes down as well. Fitzgay, you're dead, buddy. Glacial Snowman, he ain't going to survive. Wretched Hag will be on the run. And the damage definitely done by Complexity. They only lost the one in Moonmeander. They got the tower code, got all the hero kills, and they get the hell on out of there.
Yeah, I mentioned before, every time I've seen tdM lose to the Fire Rises, I think it's been to the all early game lineups. And here we're seeing an example again. They're taking commanding control of the game. This wouldn't be the first time I've seen tdM down, though, and able to secure the late game just by persevering just long enough to get what they need. Silhouette in particular, though, doesn't seem very effective against these kind of lineups. I mean, she is very good at split pushing, but without a really strong start, it can be difficult for her to have an impact in these team fights. And Rally, I talked about it earlier today, is when you get the initiate on him, he does seem to be a much weaker hero at handling like the turnaround. It's not like a Deadwood where you jump on him if he has 200 life, gets his quick punch off and root off, and he at least does his contribution for the fight. A Rally doesn't really work like that.
Magnus actually missed a chance to stun a Silhouette right here. It seemed like he could have gone a little bit longer with the range, but he kicked a little bit too short. Anyway, Silhouette will be fine. As you see, Luna even chasing her back, but this bottom tower push is not going to really happen. It's actually Complexity. They're rotating towards the middle lane. They want to defend their tower, it looks like. Want to give a shot at putting up some defense here. Maybe initiate. Yes, they are. Wretched Hag going to be jumped right there. Deadwood with a double damage. No Falcon Punch needed. He is out of mana. Seismic Slam this time will hit, though. Deadwood falls, but look at the counter between Magnus and Pebbles. They take out Tempest. They take out Glacius. And Rally, buddy, you are next in line. Can Limp make this getaway? He has Compel in 3 seconds, 2 seconds. There's a Chuck. Maybe. There's a Compel. Power Throw, perhaps. Lava Surge just missing. It doesn't matter. Moonmeander gets the double tap.
Too many PKs, too many PKs. It's rough. I mean, he was doing a good job juking around, but they've got the chase.
Man, 16 minutes in. Are we seriously on a trek at this point for Complexity to get an early game victory here? Hey, obviously they picked a lineup for it, so that's good for them that they have the early lead, because we've kind of stressed on that too. When you pick a lineup like this, if you were like even right now in team stats, that'd be a bad thing for complexity. So this is where they need to be at. I think is a good point to make, that because of the lineup, but at the same time they are there, and obviously putting themselves in the best spot to win at this point. So.
Yeah, very, very sound lineup. And the thing about Engineer, too, is when you have that early aggressive kind of like, Engineer is one of the best supporters you can have when you have such an aggressive lineup, because the energy field, man, the teleports that come in, you know, the TP counter bomb strat doesn't really work against an Engineer because he throws down the energy field. Everyone porting in is going to just get straight up owned. They're entering the Thunder Zone, the Danger Zone. It's just terrible for them.
They want to jump right here. Will tdM react to this? No, they won't. Lava Surge comes in. Tempest and Deadwood. Oh, they just dropped Tempest right there. Rally able to compel. Get a good one off, but the Eruption being channeled right on top. And down goes Rally. I think he got a Seismic Slam off just before that, actually. And actually, the Bat Blast coming out. You see a Magma's getting killed right there. But at what cost right here? Zai's going to get turned on. He will follow. The energy field is up. Fitzgain now being chased down. Auto attacks from Pebbles. Too strong. Silhouette is chasing. He thinks he can get some kills right here, but maybe Oversting is welcome. Going to dodge the wrong grasp, actually. So here's the combination from Pebbles. Not going to be enough for the kill, though. The Luna's done. The power throw. Will Rise will go for the kick. No, he won't. He actually poured it out right there as he was on his cooldown. So that's how that fight will end. Actually, Francie does end up getting picked off. But anyways, well, again, so at least some turnaround kills for tdM. But we're coming up to 18 minutes here, and you just look at 10.5 thousand gold lead already.
Yeah, and the buyback was forced onto the Wretched Hag, and they got to pick off. It was onto, okay, the buyback for the kill on a Luna. Almost made something happen, but not quite, and it's looking grim.
Wow, the Illusion Wretched Hag actually putting Pebbles in a little bit of trouble right there, but he's going to be fine. He combos down the stacked up jungle. Magnus also going to help clean that out. I mean, yeah, let's take a look at the triple Porto key here on the Hellborn team. Is there anything further than that? I think we just had some item purchases. There is a Soul's Bulwark on the courier bottom lane.
Deathblood dropping down the Wretched Hag.
Yeah, there is that going on. Again, especially with this game, it's I'm going to miss kills. I'll put that right off the bat. Not that that's a shocker by any means, but with how quickly people can die in a game like this, it'll happen. So. But,
man, when that Glacius skin, the Frosty Glacius doesn't have boots, man. He looks like he's moving so slow because he's like hunching over. Look at his move animation.
He's an old Frosty the Snowman.
He's like, oh,
guys.
Shaping up for fight here in mid. They're already going for the push.
Oh, geez. Tempest going to be jumped. He's going to be comboed. This is just getting ridiculous. The portal keys are just way too much for tdM to handle.
Normally when I see the turnaround, when tdM is able to put out the turnaround in a situation like this, they have heroes like Zephyr where they're obscenely tanky, they can survive it, they lay down the AoE, the Bat Blast follows up, and they just turn it around that way. There is nothing like that this game.
Yeah.
There's no extra insurance. They're just completely vulnerable.
I mean, Silhouette, she's farming 300 GPM, but yeah, she's not that tanky.
GPM and still just get insta-killed down, though. It's not like Big Bird.
It ain't like the Big Bird. Nullstone is being, of course, worked on him, and that, barely gets away right there, by the way. Magnus actually nearly stopped the TP, but he gets away. He will finish the sustainer. So again, on his way to at least that Nullstone here is Noob G playing that Silhouette. So that really has to be the only hope now for tdM. Just buy time for him to somehow get some decent farm here, because again, mid game and especially late game, this is in favor of the Legion team, but. It's
I mean, if they're even, if you're 20k down, it's in favor, right?
It's not if they're down 2 sets of racks and Mega Creep's coming up, then of course not. But if it's if it keeps even at this pace, I think tdM could manage to be fine. But clearly, again, complexity's favor right now.
For sure. Nullstone on Silhouette. It's still going to be that farming tool, but you look at the initiation. Mag stun does not care. Pebbles combo does not care if he executes it right.
Ooh. Beacon is going to get caught out. Speaking of Seismic Slam, you're caught out. Magnus at the last second, not able to save him though. And now Moomiander might be in some trouble. This is where you got to be careful if you're complexity. Now I want to try to throw things away right here. Energy field going to be used, so Rise here if anything's scaring them off. You do got a Luna nearby. Eruption being channeled. Magnus wants an all-in right here. He got hit by the Thunder Blast before he could portal key. It doesn't matter though. He gets stun off. Down goes Magnus. Here comes Deadwood with a double damage. And oh, the Tempest ultimate! It is going to save side right there. They're going to kill Deadwood. And now Engineer needs to be careful. Magnus, misses a stun. Moomiander misses an in-your-face stun. Can they turn this on him? No! Pebbles buys back. He's ready. They will kill Magnus.
No.
There's the kill on a Tempest. Silhouette and Rally are on the run now. A Chuck is coming up in 2 seconds. Stalagmites in 13. That will be the end, apparently.
Oh, I thought he could have kept going there. No, what, doesn't he have another combo up? He does.
But
Yeah, oh well. Doesn't keep going. So many sloppy plays coming out there. Even the Pebbles chuck it, the stalagmites at the end. If he had saved it, he just wanted to ensure the kill, but you know, winded up not even doing any damage with it. The engineer, I think, finished it off onto the slow Tempest, but excellent fight by tdM. Complexity still very much in it. A couple of buybacks are used though.
Yeah, it's. But that's what I was saying for tdM or Complexity, excuse me. Is this is not what you want to happen. You don't want to be giving kills to tdM all of a sudden and getting picked off one by one, because that could definitely be a huge turnaround chance for Trademark Esports. So Trademark Esports, of course, they are going to hold their ground. They're going to try to persevere here in game number 2. They're down 1-0. Again, you lose here. This is it for the series. So going to try to come back, and it is very, very possible. I want to keep stressing that. This could.
It is.
Trademark is very possible coming back here. So Complexity, they are going to keep up the aggression and sense of pushing here. I would have a bunch of pause coming out from tdM, but currently Noobchi getting a little bit of lag there. Trying to get over it, but so this will be another tower kill. Looks like, at least that's the last tower. No, the bottom. Anyone that watches Beacon's stream would know about
Thanks,
that.
Angel. That's pretty awesome. That fight. They just weren't in position in time. Deadwood came in a little bit late. He went for the kill. Tempest sort of managed to save him with that ultimate, the Elemental Void. A little bit of better targeting, it would have went in Complexity's favor, but that's exactly what tdM needs in there. They got an All-Stone finish now. They got a Helm of the Black Legion finish now. Tanking up.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and chat this one real quickly just to make sure. Alright, so yeah, again, the top tower going down right here in favor of Complexity, so we'll help that gold lead very much. But like you said, that whole tanking up here on the Legion side, that could be the big difference maker at this point, if they can ultimately pull it off. And again, tdM is forced to kind of take risks here, like they're farming up their jungle with very little vision right now. Is Tempest just kind of hoping that he doesn't get jumped here, and realizing, okay, need to fall back now. Wretched Hack is going to be able to blink away in time. But will she be out of the woods just yet? Rotten Grass coming out. She's going to go for the TP. She will be successful. Wow. Very close for Zai right there. It's as a spectator, you're like, just stun right there. She's right there.
Yeah, I feel like Moon didn't see the Wretched Hag at first. He was sort of walking up. He might have been looking somewhere else. Maybe he wanted to hesitate. I feel like he just didn't see her in time, because they were right next to each other for a moment. Like, good half second to maybe even longer than that.
Yeah. Well, Zai survives, and he gets out of there. Again, so we're going to go and tank you. Obviously, that Mighty Blade working what we think to be a shrunken head here. So they're going to clean up some Ancients in the meantime. Silhouette has 1,100 gold saved. I kind of wondered, did she actually buy it? There's something on the courier, so I kind of feel like she may have bought something. But
yeah,
not showing just yet.
Experience is even, but a lot of that gold, it's put in items like, portal keys here, 3 of them.
Yeah.
That's above 60, like almost 6,500 worth of gold right there. I mean, a portal key, if you have a failed initiation, it can actually be to your own demise. So as long as they execute tight, sure, but tdM definitely has room to come back.
Now, Pebbles, most certainly, I mean, he can be a very threatening, kind of a mid-game carry, especially at this rate. He will be very possibly going for a Demonic Breastplate here, and, especially once he finishes that, he can hit very hard. We even see that Elder Parasite if it comes to cases like this sometimes, so. P-Kid is 4-1-9 here, by the way, so farming very well. They're going to try to Ninja Congo, it looks like, or at least they're in the vicinity. There is no vision from tdM, and it's almost as if, will tdM even try to stop this, even if they did? I don't know, so this could work out pretty well. Actually, they're not going to go for this. They want to go to the bottom lane. Wretched Hag going to be jumped. Will it be enough damage? Of course it will. She can't blink away in time. Now, top tower does fall in favor of tdM, so, I mean, they do get something out of it. But Complexity gets the hero kill. Will they actually go back to Congo now? I do feel like they could.
tdM cannot fight that without Wretched Hag, or even in general right now, they do not want to take a river fight. So, in a point like this, I think they should. Pebble's looking off. Maybe they're going to use it and try to just pick one off while making the enemy team think they're Conquering, but no, Glacia's going for the vision. They don't actually have any vision of Glacia's up top river either, so yeah, content to just fall back, take the free Kong.
Yeah, so gonna easily make that happen here. Whoa! Speaking of portal keys, Engineer gets his own portal key. You know what game
that
is
is
going
big.
pretty well.
That is definitely big.
Yeah.
Now, look here on the Minuts. He actually did not finish the Astrolabe, pulling up instead 2,300 gold.
Wow.
Past portal key status here, unless he's going for a quick shrunken, which we talked about, could be sort of the turner that they need, but.
I think that's what it's going to be. Oh, never mind.
Did go portal key. Yeah, he went portal key.
Silhouette also just got his portal key, so.
You might see that Mighty Blade if he was going the shrunken route. So yeah.
Goes down.
God, we had a lot of portal keys this game. 4 on the Hellborn side. There's 2, and then you got the Wretched Egg Blink, of course. I mean, you got a Compel from Rally. So, to say the least, there's a lot of initiation possibilities, a lot of movement going to be going quickly here.
If Engineer is quick, though, that portal key will mitigate a lot of Tempest's effectiveness. If he can get that down right on top of the Pebbles or the Mag Initiation, the counter jump will be very difficult.
Bitsuke is still trying to. Okay, right as I was saying it, he finally gets his boots, by the way, 26.5 minutes in. Glacius able to finally pick up boots. He's even doing one of the Ancients right there, just to try to secure it. So.
And he's a support player that tries to make sure he doesn't get gimped. He plays very carefully. You know, always pokes fun, like, oh, he doesn't like to go Nova style, what have you. So just goes to show you what kind of spot tdM was in this game, and how important it is actually for a support player to put the needs of their team before themselves.
Oh yeah, of course. That vision, very, very important, of course. So, and Fitski and Franzi, for the matter, too, obviously up there with the best of them when it comes to that support role. Shrunken Head picked up by Deadwood, actually. So he was coming on the Hellborn team. Warhammer on Wretched Hag, so she is getting close to that Shrunken Head. 3,300 gold on Pebbles. He still has plenty of time on that Token Alive, so definitely thinking, maybe finishing that Demonic Breastplate and then.
Or a Shrunken Head for himself.
Or that's, actually, yeah. That does make a little more sense, to be honest. Either way, that next big item, and then go from there. Astrolabe finished on Tempest now, so he's been sitting on those bracers. Eventually upgrades up. Magnus is level 15, by the way.
That's fine. You know what? They want the damage. They want the push. They're just going straight for the Demonic.
Oh, did he go Demonic? Okay.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, passing up the whole golden Pebbles there. Going the Demonic Breastplate. Again, he hits hard. I don't think I need to really say that, but yeah, it is Pebbles. He's getting close to level 16, which will mean he even will hit harder.
I agree with that route, though. His team does need that physical DPS. The Demonic Breastplate assisting greatly in that with the attack speed, with the additional minus armor. And they want to sort of be able to scale here into the later part of this game with the Legion team. So Demonic pickup here, it works for sure.
Magnus also near that 60 mark again, and working on a barrier, I'll assume, with that Shaman's Address purchase. He obviously has a tablet on top of that, so there's plenty of team support on his side of things for his team. So yeah, the pace has by all means slowed down here quite a bit. This game started chaotic, man, in Complexity's favor, but tdM, they got, it's going to be in segments here. They got over the first segment finally. It was brutal, but they made it past the initial onslaught here from Complexity. They truly have, and you'd figure maybe there's only one more checkpoint. If they get past the next checkpoint of another, big initiation with these big items in the Token of Life, then things could definitely start swinging in the favor of tdM. So
Complexity's still doing a great job, though, because they have the enemy jungle warded. They're farming more of the map than tdM is, and their golden experience lead is, steadily increasing because of it. And they're just using the token. You see this a lot. People get a token, they'll use it. Hey, the next 7 minutes, we're just going to starve the enemy team as much as possible, pick up more core items, and then make a play.
Oh, here we go. The Legion team trying to get some pickoffs here. Deadwood in a little bit of trouble. He's got portal key in 1 second. He's going to be pushed forward with the tablet there. And in the end, he will be fine. So that would have been a huge pickoff for Trademark Esports, of course.
Look right now, 5v5 potentially shaping up. Everyone's here. tdM is pulling back, but they're chasing them down. A little bit. No.
Not going to get close enough. In the end, Pebbles, how much? Okay, about 3 minutes left on that Token of Life here. Let's see if he can hit level 16 maybe. Because again, that means he would hit a little bit harder then, if he can manage to get that. Magnus did hit level 16. Also, Deadwood, for that matter, also getting 16 would be important here for the Hellborn team. So, but not going to wait that out by any means. They're going to group up here and push. Barrier Idol is being delivered. You look at the middle lane. Tempest is counter-pushing in the meantime. So at least applying some pressure here for Complexity, but of course they don't care. They just want to start breaking into the base now. This is their timing. Pebbles with a Token of Life. 2.5 minutes here. This absolutely is going to be huge. Shrunken Head on Wretched Hag. Yeah, Barrier Idol being finished on Magnus right here. May wait for the next creep wave at this point to actually use it and go in, but just buying a little bit more time now. Tempest, obviously, he's ready to go in. Doesn't have a shrunken head yet, but he's got his initiation tools. You got Silhouette sitting on the Mighty Blade currently, working on that shrunken head herself. Soul's Bulwark on Rally. So they two are starting to bulk up. This next creep wave, though, expect that barrier idol to be coming out. And the push to follow here from Complexity. So it's all going to come down to this. Very likely. Tension, man.
He's saving that barrier idol for the counter initiate right now. Looks like not using another creep wave for the assisted push.
Pebbles does hit level 16 right there. So he is that much beefier.
It helps, for sure.
Yeah. Getting for 247 max right there. So
God, I'm nervous for both.
I know.
This
is it. I mean, this is a big deal right here. You could even argue this could be the game fight, as odd as that may sound. But barrier idol going to go off. Here we go. Are they going to jump Rally? Not really the most used right there. You see the demoralizing roar. Rally just says, you know what, come at me, bro. He wants to be jumped, it seems like. But Complexity not going to fall for it. They're not going to waste their cooldown. Magnus, oh, he stunts backwards, though.
He's just trying to figure out the ways there.
Yeah.
Look what how the Pebbles is attacking the tower too. Between each auto attack, he makes sure he postures and points away from the Legion base. So just in case they jump him, hopefully his timing is such that he can get tableted back. So that's why you see him like poking in and out,
Yeah. Oh, here we go. So this time, bitches, Tempest gonna be jumping here. The Falcon Punch and Tempest will fall. He ain't buying back. This is a chance for Complexity to finish things off. Fitzky dies in the background. Franzi's on the run in the foreground. Silhouette trying to chase him down. Can't even get the kill, though. And now Silhouette will be forced to port out. Rally finishing off, or Rally is now in a little bit of trouble. Bat Blast coming out, though. Rally on top of Devil. Look at him killed. Magnus chilling that eruption, though. Will he jump in with the portkey? No, he won't. He stuns in, though. Rally is going to fall right there. He is not buying back either, so they get the tower kill. They're going to clean up the illusion. Silhouette portal keys in right there. That was a very risky move, but actually Silhouette will be fine. These melee racks very likely going to fall now, though. And that is what Complexity ultimately came for. So I think Complexity should be winning this fight here.
Yeah, I mean, they went all in for that jump. They managed to secure the Tempest kill, and they just didn't have the turnaround. The token. that did it all there.
Gets destroyed.
As it usually does.
Right.
Well, again, we still got a game here, by all means. I don't think it's over at all, but...
we do. They will gladly just delay this now until they get the next Convor token then and knock on the door of their base once more. Hopefully then Tempest might have a buyback.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, focusing a lot on Pebbles and his hard-hitting, somewhat mid-game carry potential, but honestly, Deadwood can also fit a very similar route too, and I wonder what he bought as Fitzky. Oh, poor Fitzky. He just gets jumped here. Pebbles will be able to port out. Wow, that was close. Tempest had a stun in animation, it looked like, but he does get out of there in time, so able to survive. Did Deadwood buy anything? No, he buys actually an apprentice robe.
He's probably going for Hellflower next, I'd imagine. I don't think he'll go barbed armor. I mean, he's got to be going Hellflower just for...
Yeah. His farm hasn't been as good as Pebbles, so I've seen that up there. But yeah, Pebbles now, the Shrunken Head now is in works, and he could very likely have that in the next fight. He has 2,300 gold already saved up with the Mighty Blade.
I like the playmail pickup by Moon as well. Just a lot of physical damage. He's just gonna be able to tank them that much harder. He's got the barrier idol right now. He just wants to be as unkillable as possible, soak up as much of that damage as possible. And yeah, sure, they already have the demonic. He's gonna be one tanky Magnus.
Wretched Hag needs to be careful here in the middle lane. You got a Luna sitting right on top of him currently, so he's trying to hide.
With
but
the red stun, it could be over.
There we go. There's the initial stun from a Luna. In jumps Deadwood, but no Rotten Grasp.
What are you doing?
Oh, jeez.
What are you doing?
That was a miskill.
Yeah. It was on a Hag that didn't have buyback too, man.
Yep.
Probably thought he cast it or something, something.
It just missed. I don't know. Maybe he thought they had the sure kill without it. I don't know. That was big time missed opportunity there. Like I said, no buyback on him, but he stays alive. Hag is level 16 as well, so she has her level 3 Bat Blast. So we focus a lot of items on the Hellborn side. I mean, how about the Legion side? Anything new been picked up over here? Nah, it doesn't look like
no,
it.
there's working. I mean, you have the Shrunken Head and Hag, but she had that. Nothing new.
Barrier idol used. Magnus stuns in. Not the most follow-up, though. Just doing some initial damage. Yeah. Well, you're right. I mean, if you're Complexity here, don't force the issue again.
Yeah, they can safely, defensively position, like knock on the door and make them all sort of collect here so they can't split farm and push, farm the map. That's good, but they should wait for the token before making a play.
Yeah, absolutely.
The threat is enough.
The token's got to be coming up here any minute. I mean,
yeah, I didn't catch it. I think it was like 2 minutes left on it when he died.
Yeah.
I saw it was like 4, so it's got to be any second now. It did slip my mind, but give it a minute.
And then, yeah, Pebbles. See, now, this is interesting. Pebbles will have a shrunken head here. Do you still give the token to Pebbles, or do you give it to somebody else?
I'd give it to Pebbles. He's just able to do a lot when he comes back up. He's got the demonic. He's got a combo that's always ready. You give it to Deadwood. He still has a 65-second cooldown on his Willowmaker. Part of the thing about Pebbles is he revives. He still has that Chuck Stalagmites. And rocking the demonic breastplate, he is that team's carry.
Yep. All right. So, Kongor, he is back up. You see them going over to the Ancients real quickly. But
we're not seeing the Whispering Helm Pebbles this game.
No. Slicks is not in this game, so.
Slicks, yeah, or no, it was Nox. Was it Nox or Style? I think it was Style.
No, was it not Slicks? Really?
No, it was Nox.
Right,
I think that went it that one time.
Yeah. I do remember that. I forget exactly.
They won, but that was a funny game.
Yeah. Doing some Ancients, so not really committing to Kongor. Kind of feeling like tdM is probably aware of that, or weary of it at least. And sure enough, they're correct. tdM kind of heads over. But obviously, Complexity, they've been sitting themselves, and if anything, they're also now trying to bait tdM here and to try to initiate. So Magma's kind of going back and forth. Again, he's working on that Frostfield plate, but still has a ways to go. Needs the Acolyte staff at 2,700 gold there, so plenty of farm for that. So we're going to have our good old standoff here between the two teams.
Yeah, not really, though. They're TPing back. I don't think they can take a river fight. Unless Tempest was to have the biggest hole, the biggest misplay in positioning. They have a lot of counters for this Tempest ultimate in an open field. It's very easy for them to position and cancel it. Even the log toss, as we've talked about.
Deadwood is invis. Level 16. He wants to get some positioning here. There's a Bound Iron Silhouette, so gotta always obviously keep that in mind. But kind of feel like Deadwood could push up a little bit here. Again, he doesn't have the vision we have, but he could push up a little bit, being safe, but not going to risk it.
Yeah, it comes down to vision. You're right.
Yeah. Complexity just going to be very safe here. By the way, I think we have an update. Maybe you can confirm this, but I believe State Green did take out Lion 2-0, so.
Yeah. As far as I realize,
that means
double check here while the Kong is happening, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, that means State Green's moving on, if that is the case, that they're moving on to
yeah, they took it. It looks
tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, State Green defeats Lions 2-0. Loser of this will play them tomorrow, first off, and then of course the winner of this will sit in the grand finals waiting for the winner of that, if you understood that. Kongor goes down though, Token of Life is on Pebbles yet again, as you expected.
Right. Well, only thing that stands out to me this time is if they're going to knock on the base right now, which they're actually running top to defend and going to make them fall back before they do anything. TPs are coming out. They will fall back. If they go knock on the base right now, which top lane would be an excellent push for them. They already have the bottom tower. Might as well, sort of create the diversion, make them run from one side to the other instead of pushing that middle. If they're going for this right here, the only thing that stands out is there is buybacks this time for pretty much everyone on tdM. Yeah. It's not like they're going to pick off the Tempest and, oh, never mind. Silhouette's down.
Shrunken head purchase. I mean, obviously that's a good investment there, but
oh yeah.
No more buyback at least at this point. We'll see how fast Complexity is, but
I think it's most important on a hero like Tempest, where if they jump on him as they're pushing, without that Tempest is sort of salvage a team fight for them with that big ulti, the big elemental void. They're kind of screwed, so buyback is ultra important on him right here.
Yeah. And everyone, like the Hag, the Rally. Well, Hag and Rally would actually be pretty close, but Tempest definitely does have enough for a buyback at this point. But here we go. Complexity going to start knocking on the door. Again, Pebbles in the front lines. He ain't too worried. He's got the token. He's big, hitting for 291 max. The demonic, here we go. The jump on a Rally. Nope, again, though, Magmus. Just going to do the Lava Surge away and kind of scare them a little bit.
Yeah, Hag and Rally do have it. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, okay. So that really is 3 then. But again, Silhouette, the big key there. Doesn't have it. She does have her illusion, obviously.
Yeah, she'll be fine. She's got an all-stone shrunken.
There we go. They're going to go all out and run it. Oh, Rally just explodes right there. He can buy back. Oh, no, he can't. He doesn't have buyback. The shrunken head going to be activated on him. Pebbles actually. Tempest now in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be chucked up. Will he maybe go for the ultimate? No, they're not. They're spreading out too well as complexity. Tempest will fall right there. Can he buy back? I believe he can. Anyways, more initiation happening. Magma's eruptioning. Silhouette barely alive with the auto attacks. Will end up falling right there. She for certain is not buying back. Complexity in a very good spot now. Actually, Rally does finally buy back. The Tempest ultimate on top. The stun though from Aluna. The stun up from Magma as a result. In comes that Chuck. Down goes Tempest. Down goes Glacius. And I believe Complexity may have just won it right there. If they can now push this in.
Yeah, Rally's buyback, it came like 10 seconds later. He was actually 10 gold short or 20 gold short. I was wrong, actually. Man, that... Whew.
I'm a little surprised. Okay, they're not pressing the issue here. I mean, obviously Pebbles was just about dead, but they did have he's going to get actually healed up by the observatory over here. He was still sitting on the token alive, but yeah, they want to heal him up. They're going to now try to really push in here, so I do want to bite my tongue a little bit. I did say it's very possible the game was over, but...
Well, Tempest holds down. Rally Ultimate will be back up, but they're missing a lot of their team fight potential. Not to mention a Silhouette without the Shadow. Her effectiveness is greatly mitigated. No Bat Blast. Pretty much all of their damage is down right now.
This tower should fall. Whether or not the Rax fall is the question here. Vulnerability coming out. Silhouette is back up. And so, of course, will their Shrunken Head be? Tempest is back up as well. You talked about an ultimate from him. Rally compels in a seismic slam. It does hit Deadwood. Pebbles in the background, though. Gets the pick off on a Frosty the Snowman right there. Deadwood trying to run away. The auto attack's a little bit too much, though. Pebbles just standing his ground, though, pounding an auto attacks himself. He's going for Rally. Wants to finish him off. He's chasing big time, though. BK can't get tunnel visioned here. He will start falling back, however. And I think that's going to be the end. So the Rax do stay alive for Trademark Esports. Big picture, though, they did use plenty of buybacks.
Oh, yeah, that was a great initiation, though, by Limp. They did use plenty of buyback. That great initiation by Limp, and Deadwood actually would have survived, but after he activated the Shrunken Head, he turned around for a bit, ran into the mini team, was looking for someone to punch, and saw that there was a Nullstone plus Shrunken Head Silhouette up in front. Couldn't do anything about it, turned around, and that's when Silhouette just got that one last auto attack off through the energy field and brought him down.
Yeah. Well. We have yet another amazing and exciting game here, Game 2. Go figure. Of tdM versus Complexity. Definitely following up that Game 1 very nicely.
Ooh.
What's up?
I thought, Pebbles actually did a great job surviving there in the end. It looked like he was getting greedy, but the token is still salvage.
Yeah, oh, you're right. Yeah, that's huge. It still has 2.5 minutes, too. I mean...
That's everything, honestly.
Yeah, that's plenty of time. I mean, they're going to start, as long as use it here in the near future, of course. He's going to the top lane currently, going to clean that up. He also has 3,700 gold saved up, so... He is working on a very big item here himself. Maybe something like a Hellflower at this point. Could be possible for him, or maybe more of the hard-hitting carrier route, like the Elder Parasite as I talked about. But Frostfield play finished on Magmus. It's another item that Hellborn team has to look forward to. Again, you keep looking back at the Legion side. It still continues to be the same items. Nothing is really changing over there for the longest time. Other than a couple. I mean, obviously the Shrunken Head eventually came on Silhouette, but...
There's a Bulwark. Did Rally have the Bulwark before?
Yeah, he did. He's had it for a little bit, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's about it, and they can't really because they're constantly...
Oh, here they go. They jump Rally again. The Falcon Punch. Rally will barely die right there. Rusher being shot on the background. He goes on a Tempest. Missed the stun on a Tempest. Will hit Wretched Ag, though. Frostfield play coming out. Silhouette standing her ground. Down goes Wretched Ag. The Tempest ultimate going to be fully down. No, he gets talboted. It will be stopped. The energy field going down, and this time I think Complexity has very likely won the game. GG, well plays are coming out. Complexity Gaming takes out Trademark Esports 2-0. And that means Complexity going back to the grand finals where they haven't been since cycle number 2. Trademark Esports, only their 3rd series ever they've lost in HoN Tour. Holy crap.
Yeah, no, I'm proud of Complexity, man. Even if they did get to this matchup with an asterisk, they showed they are able to fight with the best. Shown a lot of energy coming back into this series and taking it 2-0. I mean, that's a big statement.
Yeah. Man. Well. Complexity, 2-0 over Trademark Esports. All right, so calming things down here. Okay, let's go. Okay, so Complexity, they're going on to the grand finals. That means, like I said, Trademark, see, this is actually an interesting thing, too. So Trademark's been they've not only have they won 4 of the 5 cycles, but of those 4 to 5 cycles too, they came from the winners bracket to the grand finals. Only State Green's the only other team to even get to the grand finals from the winners bracket.
Yeah.
So now you got Complexity. They've made it from the winners bracket as well. Again, that also will give them momentum. They'll be up 1-0 as a result of that, no matter who they face. That, of course, has to be big. But this does mean now State Green versus Trademark is going to happen in the losers bracket finals to kick off tomorrow.
There's something about that matchup too. It's the second time we're going to get to see them face off against each other in recent time where neither team has that 1-game advantage. This is going to be a straight series. This is a time where SG gets to show them that, hey, last time wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
This is their chance to maybe change the minds of the community about who is placing #1 right now. Obviously, tdM, still no team to fear. They lost today, but very well they could have just as easily taken the games. Still, it is going to be a big, big match.
I'll tell you this much. I mean, really, these 3 teams, Complexity, State Green, Trademark, we could have, tournaments with just these 3 teams, and we could be entertained forever. I mean, these teams just play at that top-tier level, and they're very, very entertaining to watch. So, anyways, again, so tomorrow, it's setting up for an awesome, awesome finish to cycle number 6 tomorrow. Just to stress that one more time, we got Trademark Esports going to be taking on State Green in what will be the losers bracket finals down there. And then the winner of that, as the later match, will then play Complexity. They will be down 1-0, but no matter what, it's going to be a rematch, of course, whether it's State Green or Trademark. I mean, both have the great storylines. State Green especially. I mean, again, that whole asterisk there in the winners bracket semifinals, not only do they want to be tdM again, but if they can get a rematch against Complexity, especially in the grand finals of Cycle 6, wouldn't that be something? So, shaping up to be an amazing finish here, and I really cannot wait for it. Well, as far as today, that is going to do it. So we kicked things off earlier today with, to be frank, a stomp from State Green over Q Squad 2-0. But we finished with what was an awesome, awesome series with Complexity over tdM 2-0. Emperor, do you have any final words from yourself?
No, just looking forward to tomorrow more than anything.
Yeah, it really is going to be a lot of fun. Again, as far as tomorrow goes, 12 p.m., 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, 1800 Central European Time. We got Trademark Esports going to be taking on State Green. And then to follow the winners bracket, the grand finals for Cycle 6 will be Complexity taking on the winner of the losers final. So that'll be best of 5. Of course, a 1-0 advantage for Complexity. So tomorrow, guys, it's going to be a blast. Tell your friends, tell your family. Be sure to tune in. Until then, though, going to wrap things up here. So obviously, Emperor, one more time. You want to give your shout-outs and where we can follow you.
Well, first off, shout out iPel. I think they took a couple-month break, and I think they're playing together, and they're back now, and they're trying to go hard. I think they have their own little gaming house thing, too, in Finland. So I'd like to see if they can maybe make an appearance in Diamond again. I think they had the Silver Finals this weekend. So shout out to iPel, and then, you guys can find me at Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter, all at Domain of Pain. So follow if you get the chance. Thank you.
There you go, all the Domain of Pain. And actually, on that note, too, we got the gold division. I actually just want to give a shout-out to We Are Spies. They did take the gold division finals over Vietnamese Dream there.
Who was that?
What's that?
Sorry. I was saying about that, too. They actually had Cakes playing with them.
I heard about that. Yeah, MilkFed actually brought that up. So I guess Cakes is apparently their new 5th for We Are Spies. And so it's good to see Cakes back on the competitive scene. It's been a while since he's been there, so shout-out to him as well. Anyways... Again, tomorrow, guys, we're going to wrap up here, though, as far as me, at BreakingCBK, all that jazz. I really do want you to follow me because actually MilkFat, this guy, man, he just started using Twitter, and he has a crazy amount of followers somehow. I don't know how he did it, MilkFat's a shady guy, let's be honest. So something went up, but follow me. I have to beat him. He probably did. You're probably right now that makes sense. Anyways, with that said, though, HoNcast.com, HoNtour.com, check out all that jazz, a lot of articles. Shout out to Ismael Vero, by the way. We never really talk about him, but on HoNcast.com, he does a lot of well-written articles about patch reviews and whatnot. I've actually been entertained by them myself. So, again, check out all the written content as well as the VOD content and have some fun with that. But tomorrow, guys, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, 1800 Central European Time. It's going to kick off an amazing, amazing Sunday for sure. tdM versus State Green, winner versus Complexity. Until then, we'll see ya. Have a good night, guys.
Take care.